Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're here, episode 3 of the Dark Maga podcast. I'm gonna have a lot of fun doing this. It's been a good time. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Love to hear you guys' feedback on it. I am Cav, known as Patriotic Cav on the interwebs, at patriotic_Cav on everything. YouTube, Rumble, Instagram, X. It's all at patriotic_Cav. We're just going to get right into it. We have a lot to talk about. This is going to be a little bit of a different episode. Probably a little bit more on the shorter end. I just wanted to give some quick thoughts on JD Vance. Some people are wondering, why did Trump pick him? Was he really a good choice? I don't know. I just got his book. Didn't go through it yet. I watched the movie, The Hillbilly Elegy. It's on Netflix. I think you could buy a physical version. I'm not 100% sure, though. But I'd highly recommend seeing it in some kind of way. I'm actually going to search right now. His book's all over Amazon. I don't see the movie, though. Alright, maybe there is not a physical version. Anyways, I just wanted to look real quick. But yeah, it's a great movie. We have this from Behizzy Tweets on X, and I thought he summed this up perfectly. And I'm just going to read it real quick. I just finished watching the Hillbilly Elegy, the movie based on JD Vance's life. He really made it out of the trenches. By November, I expect every voter to know JD's story. If not, then the Trump's campaign has failed. The whole point of picking JD was his story and how it relates to millions of Americans all over. When watching the movie and seeing the illustration of his family's struggles, I actually thought about some of my friends in middle school. I didn't realize back then, but now I see how they were going through what JD was going through. Some definitely had harsh home environments. I know for a fact that some had parents addicted to drugs. I knew kids who lived with grandparents or relatives, likely because their parents were abusive in some way. One of my close friends who lived a few doors away from us actually ended up in prison for shooting someone. He was such a bright kid who had to work hard early because his dad wasn't in the household. He is the prime example of becoming the average of who you hang around with. Actually, while I was writing this, I Google searched and discovered that his little brother was also arrested last year for assault. I knew that kid very well. He's the one that told me his brother was in jail 5 years ago. He took after his older brother. How sad. I wasn't expecting to find out this way. In conclusion, JD Vance did great to overcome his hardship and became somebody. Yeah, really well said. He's the American story right there. American dream. Came from nothing. A poor household. No father. Drug-addicted mother. He had everything against him, and he still made something out of his life. It's crazy, like, when you see that, when you watch the movie, and you see, like, what he's going through, and knowing, like, who'd ever thought, I'm sure his mom is immensely proud beyond words that her son and what they went through, and now he's going to be freaking vice president. A wild story. I can't recommend it enough. Like I said, I'm sure the book has more information. I mean, books usually do compared to the movie. So I'm gonna get it. Oh, they got an audiobook. Maybe I'll do that because I have no time to read, so I can listen to it in the car. But yeah, he had a fantastic clip, amazing clip. Everybody, we're gonna listen to it right now. Kamala Harris questioned my loyalty to America. I enlisted into the Marines for this country. I went to Iraq for this country. I built a business for this country. Yeah, she's questioning his loyalty, Trump's loyalty. What did they ever do for this country? And here's his response. Let's play real quick.
I saw the other day Kamala Harris question my loyalty to this country. That's the word she used, loyalty. And it's an interesting word, simplify. Loyalty, because there is no greater sign of disloyalty to this country than what Kamala Harris has done at our southern border. And I'd like to ask the Vice President, what has she done to question my loyalty to this country? I served in the United States Marine Corps. I went to Iraq for this country. I built a business for this country. And my running mate took a bullet for this country. So my question to Kamala Harris is, what the hell have you done to question our loyalty to the United States of America?
Damn. Whew.
And the answer, my friends, is nothing. So let's send a message to the media. Let's send a message to Kamala Harris. Let's send a message to every hardworking patriot from Minnesota across the country. We are ready to have President Donald J. Trump back, and we're going to work our tails off to make sure it happens. God bless you all. Thank you. And thank you for having me, Minnesota, a great state.
That was freaking amazing. Of course, it was probably just, oh, it's sexist, it's racist. We're going to hear that more than ever before. We're already hearing you can't criticize her. Oh, I think she did a bad job with the border. You're just saying that because she's a woman and because she's black. It's like, shut the fuck up. Freaking retards. Anybody who plays that card, that's sexist. That's misogyny. You're a fucking retard. You should reevaluate your life and shut the fuck up forever. Like, I'm just so sick of it. I think it's sexist that you say it's sexist. What, she can't handle herself? Take a little criticism? It's like I insulted Joe Biden for the border. You didn't say it was sexist then. Said the same thing with Kamala Harris. I mean, they're one and the same ticket. They just can't take. They always need a way out, right? It's never their fault. It has to be somebody else's fault. Oh, it can't be us, so it has to be because they're racist. It has to be because they're sexist or something, right? No, you just did a piss poor job. JD Vance, when you learn his story, and I'm sure when I get into this book, I'm going to listen to it tomorrow on the way to work. I'm sure I'm not going to finish it in one go, but I'm going to learn even more about it. It's just an amazing American story, and I do agree with Hizzy. The Trump team's failing right now to get JD's story across. I think they should. They played what one or two movies at the RNC for everybody, maybe more. They should have had a viewing of the Hillbilly Elegy. That was a missed opportunity right there. Maybe Trump at Mar-a-Lago or somebody, like they could do a viewing like they did with Sound of Freedom or something. They got to get on the ball, man. He has a hell of a story, and it's worth talking about. Really, just phenomenal. Can't recommend it more. And I'm after seeing that movie, I'm more hyped than ever about his pick. He's been loyal to Trump. He's been probably more pro MAGA America First policies than anybody else, especially in the Senate. I was like, oh, he said mean things about Trump before. I'm like, yeah, so did I, and you mostly like you did too. I think we all said mean things about Trump at one point or another. I can't fault a guy for something I did. I did not like Trump when he was first running. I said I'm not going to vote for him. And that changed. So they got to do more. But the movie's good. Acting was great. Amy Adams did a great job of playing his mother. Fantastic role. I don't think they would have made the movie now if they knew eventually that he would be Trump's running mate, because it came out in 2020. And the movie's not really political about his political life at all. It's before that. Which his political life's pretty short-lived, but it's just about it's just about his life, his upbringing, getting signed to a law firm. But you'll see. I'm not going to spoil the whole thing. Okay, so we'll switch gears a little bit to this pro Kamala Harris ad, where they're trying to I mean, you can't see it, but it's a white room, dark room. They're kind of standing against a wall, blank wall. And it's all these weird, retarded-looking people who are supposed to be Trump supporters. So we'll just know that going into it, because you can't see it right now, but they're supposed to be MAGA Republicans. So here we go.
Us MAGA Republicans banned abortion, but that's just the start.
That's just the start.
If Trump gets elected, we want the government involved in all aspects of your sex life.
Way more involved.
Way more involved.
When you have sexual intercourse, it should be illegal to use contraception. No pills, no condoms.
Your genitals are reserved for procreation.
If you freeze 12 eggs, you should be required to have 12 babies, or else you're a serial killer. And I'm definitely not a serial killer.
Are you?
My son
He is the actor. It could very well be a serial killer, and I would not be surprised in the least bit.
Serial killer.
Are you?
My son monitors
That
my
guy's
porn
definitely a serial
usage
killer.
to make sure I'm not self-pleasuring.
Just like Speaker of the House Mike Johnson. That's true. You can look it up.
Don't you
That's
think
what
that's
they put out.
normal?
Yeah, I do.
It's normal for your son to do that.
You should have a family member monitor your porn use too.
Because pleasuring yourself is very, very naughty.
I'm voting in
They really
November.
like that.
I'm voting in November.
We're all voting in November. Are you?
Because what happens in your bedroom is up to me.
Is up to me and my son. Also, mouth stuff is a sin.
Us MAGA
Like, what the hell is wrong with them? They made this as some kind of own, but it's like, first of all, you can act any way you want, but you can't change the fact you guys are ugly as sin. These are like the most retarded looking people, and they should be insulted. The campaign picked you specifically because you look like a bunch of retards. This guy, especially in the beginning, my God, there's something seriously wrong with him.
just the start.
Oh, I hit play. I don't want to see it again. It just shows how out of touch and how much in a bubble they are. Nothing they said is true, or how how we talk or act. But it's, I mean, okay. I guess they're trying to go for a more edgy approach. It's going a little too far with it. There's something seriously wrong if that's the first thing in their head is doing mouth stuff. So yeah, we want to close the border. Yeah, what are you gonna do with your mouth? It's like, well, nothing. I was talking about the border and the economy. Yeah, you gonna slurp something? It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm talking about the economy right now. It's like, why is their head always around sex constantly? There's something seriously wrong with them. But we have this. We're going to jump right into this next clip, going with the Kamala Harris campaign. It is a black reporter speaking to. I got to describe the video for you, all right? Because you can't see it. Talking to black voters, and we'll just go. Oops.
How many of you know a black man who has expressed to you that they're committed to voting for Donald Trump? Okay. For the brothers who have told you that or said that to you, has the emergence of Kamala Harris changed that for those brothers? No. How many of you know a black?
You know, they're saying, "Oh, the Trump supporters are leaving in droves for Kamala Harris, especially the black Trump supporter." Nobody believes that. Nobody believes the numbers. They're just running such a weird backwards all over the effing place campaign built on lies. It literally is built on lies. Thank God for community notes. They say she was never the border czar. That gets fact-checked to hell. They said she did not donate to that BLM fund. I think it was the Minnesota fund, who bailed out violent criminals. One went on immediately to murder another person after Kamala Harris bailed them out. Like, oh, Kamala Harris did this thing. No, she didn't. She also did this other thing. No, they didn't. Like, just blatantly lying about it. It's, like I said, it's going to get crazier and crazier. Now they have Biden going after the Supreme Court because there's one thing that they need to get over, and that's Supreme Court. They can't just go in and rip up the Constitution with the Supreme Court in their way. They pretty much have the House, one seat away. They have the Senate. They have the presidency. They have a lot of DAs and local judges, but they don't have the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court keeps them in check. The Constitution keeps them in check. And they hate that. They don't want anything in their way. Communists. Everything they accuse Trump of, they are doing. President Biden's plan to reform the Supreme Court and ensure no president is above the law. Who are they referring to there? No immunity for crimes a president committed in office. The no one is above the law. They love saying that. Will make clear no president is above the law or immune from prosecution for crimes committed while in office. Term. Okay, so they're going after Obama then. They're going after Bush. Term limits for Supreme Court justices. The president would appoint a justice every 2 years to spend 18 years in active service on the Supreme Court. That's when they introduced term limits, not for the House, not for the Senate, but for the Supreme Court. Binding code of conduct for the Supreme Court. Justices would be required to disclose gifts, refrain from the political activity, and recuse themselves from cases. Yeah, because they're just they recuse themselves of cases, or their spouses have financial or other conflict. It's so specific. They literally just call the first one the Trump Act or Trump Law Amendment, and they should call the last one the Clarence Thomas. They're specifically targeting who they don't like on the Supreme Court and Trump. It's literally saying, hey, we want to break the law. We want to go through the Constitution to do what we want to do. So sign this paper. They are full-blown communists. Everything they accuse is all projection. We have some other thing. I think I'll cover some of these other things on our. They're pretty video heavy, so it wouldn't do any justice playing the audio. But we have some great clips to go over. Some more ads. It's yeah. We'll get to that on my next stream on Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern. We'll be on YouTube, Rumble, X. We're on Twitch, Kick. It's going to be a good time. Again, at patriotic_cav on all social media platforms. Like, subscribe, share. Give us a 5-star review if you could. It goes a long way. Appreciate it. And yeah, this is kind of just a quick podcast. This podcast I really made just so I can record whenever I want. You know, it doesn't matter if I'm, you know, at a family member's house or I'm lying in bed to call it a night. I'm just like, I got to give me my tablet, give me a laptop. Let's load it up. Let's rant a little bit. That's pretty much what it is. I mean, I don't really have too many notes or anything like that when I start this podcast. I just go. We kind of go along the way. But it's been fun. I've been enjoying it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Again, leave a review if you could. 5-star review goes a long way. And we're gonna end it right there. That's really all I got for you guys. God bless and have a good night.